Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Brendan Friesen, here with Shane Wall. Welcome back to First Strike. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Awesome.
Yeah?
We're doing great.
Excellent.
We're doing fantastic.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
How's your day been?
It's been a day. Not much has happened, but it's been a day.
I've seen that. You got a wicked trade in though. We're gonna talk about that. Probably the highlight of today's episode. We got a lot going on today. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We got GTA
55
in the chat.
Is that his age?
Or his kill race, kill streak.
His kill race streak? His kill race streak.
His kill race track. Race streak strike.
Race track, eh?
Yes. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. We got a, as you like to say, a jam-packed episode today.
Oh, it's jam-packed, man.
Jam-packed. We got lots to talk about. First, the new normal routine. We're opening it up with what are you playing this week?
Nothing.
Playing anything, huh? You're playing a bit of Fortnite.
No.
Oh, you're playing nothing, huh?
No, we've been playing Fortnite still. It's just, man, it's too good of a game. I still can't shake it. It's so much better than when Fortnite release day was not that great, but Fortnite now is that great. And
yeah.
I don't know if I've seen a game go from at the beginning so terrible to now being so good. And it's impressive. It really is, and I feel bad for all you Paragon people because you can't play anything. Like you're stuck playing Paragon now. They had so much stuff for 2017, 2018, and all that stuff is pushed back. Probably never gonna happen because Fortnite's way too good. That's just what it is.
I am boggled that game passed. Like it's, I'm seeing more people play Fortnite now than PUBG, and it's just crazy. And that's all you've really done. You stole Persona 3. You were gonna play it, and then someone bought it.
I had an interesting little fella here in the shop wanting to buy a PS2, and he's like, he just comes with a small stack of games that he wants to buy for it. I'm like, all right, you found some stuff, yeah, all right, yeah, good. You picked some stuff I didn't care about, and it's like, I don't want that one. And I've had this Persona 3 on my desk for like a month now. And it's just there, so that, and then he wanted that one, so now that one's gone.
That's a shame. Because you bought that not to sell it, to play it, but he saw it on your desk.
That's true. I bought it to play it 100%, and now I can't stop. I can't not play it.
Struggles of being a GameShop owner. I guess
I'm gonna have to maybe buy another one, and that's the only option I got.
Captain Retro, welcome to the stream, man, as well as Damian Penner, Get Crow Gaming, Laura Johnson, and Supersonic. How you guys doing tonight? Kevin had Get Crow Gaming. Captain Retro had a wicked pickup video that went up the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen it, Captain Retro show for all your retro game pickups. It was a good episode. Season 3.
He's one of the best special guests we've ever had on the show.
He's in the top 3. Wow.
What? What's so dumb? Wow. No, he was good. He was.
Yeah, he was really good. He was. It was a good time. And the Corey was a lot of fun.
Funny thing about him, I'm watching Get Crow Gaming turned me on to this one YouTube channel, the Game Chasers. So I'm watching that, and all of a sudden, this Captain Retro guy is refereeing a football game, and it kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting that, so that was kind of cool. But
absolutely.
That happened.
Absolutely. I'm glad you started watching them. The Game Chasers are awesome.
Yeah, they're funny. They're funny in a lot of ways. Wow. The one guy, Billy, reminds me of Get Crow Gaming in so many ways. Actually, it's kind of weird, but
Wow. I want that as my ringtone. Text tone, whatever. Yeah. I've seen a few of their videos. I'm super into stuff like that. We were watching a little bit of Metal Jesus Rocks earlier, and we looked at a complete Wii collection. And Shane, we're gonna touch on that a little bit later because I still don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
This week I have been playing a couple games. Still playing through Dragon Quest VIII. I'm very good. I made it to the town Simpleton.
Are you winning?
I'm winning.
Okay.
I'm winning the game. It's
all right.
Still good. It's still good. I'm not religiously playing it like I was at first, but I keep going back to it, and every time I pick it up, I'm having a good time. I'm excited to see how it concludes.
Yeah, same makers of Ni no Kuni, if anybody played that one.
Yeah, it looked, and you can tell by how it looks. Also, beat Paper Mario on stream.
Okay.
That was good. As a game that I love so much, this was probably my most mundane playthrough of it. Like, every time I play through that game, I enjoy it, and I like, religiously love it. And then this playthrough was like, all right, I've done this a million times. I beat through it, which is the first, like, I don't know why now. It's like the millionth time I've played it, but now is apparently 1 million is the number where it gets boring.
Yeah, I've gone through it probably 4 times. Yeah, between 3 and 5 times, and
it's quick. You can beat it.
It's just not that great. Like it's fine. But
it's a nostalgia thing. That's what it's been.
Yeah, basically.
And then A Hat in Time I finally started. I've been talking about it on the podcast a lot. I haven't played it up until now. I made it to the 4th level now, I believe. They go by chapters, and there's acts for each chapter. Super good game. It's really good. I would recommend this to anybody who likes 3D platformers. If you haven't played it and you were into, Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Odyssey, anything like that, you do yourself the favor and give this game a shot. It does not take itself seriously, and I love that. It makes fun of, real life things. There's a spoof where they make you sign like these terms and conditions in the game, and you sign a deal with the devil later. It's like a Cuphead kind of thing. And everything about it, it has such wacky scenarios you get thrown in. And it's such a colorful and fun. And the one word to describe that game, if I was going to pick one, is just charm. It is so charming. I highly recommend you play it.
I don't know. I watched about 3-second of video when you were going through it, and it didn't look that good.
You got to play it.
But it was 3 seconds of video.
But you got to play it.
You got Get Crow making fun of my t-shirt. I know what you mean, right there. That's my son's runny nose that he just wiped all over me. So I know it's there, but it doesn't, see what I'm doing there? It doesn't come off. So it's stuck there.
Sir Cardinal, welcome to the stream, sir. I met him the other day. He's an asshole. And I like him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what they say. Hat in Time, though, it is really good. I can't wait to get through it. I think it's...
Yeah.
If a Playtonic was going to make Yooka-Laylee 2, or Gears for Breakfast would make A Hat in Time 2, I would play A Hat in Time 2 way before Yooka-Laylee 2. That's where I sit. Because those are the 2 like indie platformers that came out that year. And they do it justice, man.
I don't know if they do.
They do. You can't judge it on 3 seconds of gameplay.
It might have been 5.
The problem with the game, like my biggest qualm with it is you can tell it was made by an indie studio because animations for characters
are not that good.
Very rudimentary. Like
that's a big word for you.
Rudimentary. It's 5 syllables.
You still do the hand thing?
Rudimentary. Yeah.
Rudimentary. You still do that?
Of course. I got it. And Maid Bros, welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight, man? You're in for again a jam-packed episode today. We're gonna move things on. Did you get any cool trades this week at all?
We didn't get anything that great. We got a couple random stuff here in the shop. We got an extra PS1 with a handful of games. We got some Game Boy games, which is kind of weird. We don't get a lot of those. Some NES games. Nothing amazing. Like, we've had a lot better luck in the first 3 weeks of the year, but this week, maybe this is the 3rd week, 4th week, whatever. Yeah, we didn't get too much. I'm working on, I was supposed to check out a guy's collection this morning, and he fell through, so I wasn't able to go and look at that. So I was excited to check that out. But
you mentioned last week, everybody's in suspense that you were going to get a Funtastic N64 in here.
Yep.
Hasn't happened yet.
No, it's not here yet. But
it's a bummer.
I can tell you it's a solid chance that it's grape.
If it is grape, I will buy it right away.
It's a solid chance that it's grape. I'm pretty sure it's grape. I just can't quite remember what he said, but I'm pretty sure it was grape.
I really want that one. I've owned the Jungle Green in my life. That was the first console me and my brother owned. It was a Jungle Green N64. And then later on, I got the black one, and later on, like the regular one, and then later, even after that, I got the fire red one. I really want that grape one. I like the green, just based on like nostalgia, and it came with Donkey Kong 64. But the purple is pretty. It's pretty. You're pretty.
I mean, it's purple.
I like purple. You saying something?
I'm just saying it's purple.
Is that a problem?
I mean, whatever.
What, men can't like purple?
Well, you can. It's my daughter's favorite color. My 4-year-old daughter's favorite color.
So?
But you can like it too.
So? What's the matter?
She liked it first.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
She's 4.
And she liked it first.
Maybe I liked it when I was 4.
You didn't.
You're right, I liked red.
That was your color, eh? Red?
Yeah, I liked red.
I went with blue.
Yeah,
I
that's true. Whenever
I didn't like the red guys. The red guys were kind of annoying.
I think you're right. Actually, I think I was a blue guy. Now that like whenever you get like a fruit roll up, I wanted the blue one.
Oh man, Damien wants that grape.
I'll give you $5 more than Brett.
Well,
buy one off John, Damien. He has that one, and he's thinking of selling it.
well, there you go.
But I know John is gonna want too much money for it.
So, let's just dive in
Absolutely.
to one of our topics.
Where do you want to start? We got a lot to cover today.
I want to go with what's the ugliest. If you're collecting a full library of games for a console, what's the ugliest console to collect for to have on a wall?
We were talking about this earlier, like an hour ago.
We were
discussing what we thought would be the ugliest, and for some reason, I thought it was a no-brainer. And the first thing that came to my mind is I don't want a full white wall of Wii in my room. First of all, that's a lot of shovelware. Like,
there's a lot.
Quality of games isn't even there.
Yeah, there might be nothing worth playing.
And it doesn't even look nice. It's a white wall of shit.
Yeah, but it's a white wall, and I'm a white wall, so I like it.
We're talking even pastier than you are, and that's saying something. Like, we're talking pasty. You, on the other hand, don't agree with me, and that was the most shocking news of the day. I don't get that.
Well, I'm a big fan of the Wii. That's what I grew up playing.
Yeah, oh, right. I forgot. My bad. I think the Wii would be the worst in terms of, like, games and how it would look on a shelf.
My problem is if you ask me right now, we're gonna plaster this whole room up with either Wii games or 360 games. I think the 360 looks worse. I honestly do. There's honestly one game on the 360 I would play in the next 10 years. One game. And on the Wii, I don't know if there's one game I would play. There probably is more than one. But
there's a Klonoa game I would play. There is I'd play Galaxy at some point to say I finally played it.
Nah, that game's garbage.
I'd play it.
It's garbage.
I would play it.
But I would rather have a full Wii collection than a full 360 collection.
Why?
Because the 360 looks so bad.
I don't like the green either.
It looks so bad.
But
I hate it. Like, I wish I would have no reason to have 360 games here. I would love to send every single person that comes in here with 360 games just right out the door. Take your stuff and leave. I don't need it. I don't want it. It looks bad. Don't want it. Done.
I agree. I remember when the 360 came out, I was 360 PS3. I would fight for the 360. I thought it was a better console. I didn't like Sony's PlayStation at all.
Turns out you were wrong.
I was. Yeah. I mean, I don't like the PS3 either. Like, I still don't like that thing very much. But the PS4 kicks the Xbox. We've been over that before. I don't understand why you think it looks so bad. Like, it is one of my lesser favorite, by far, cases to look at. Based on aesthetic looks. But I would take it over the Wii, man. Like, really?
Okay, come on, Captain Retro. Let's get serious here. That's a bad comment.
It's the best console of this generation. I mean, the online had the good online. Can you defend that argument? Do we need to get you on the show right now to defend you?
Kind of, almost. No, 360 had nothing, man. Aside from Halo and Gears of War, you had nothing. And that's just, I don't care for that at all. I still don't care for that. Never did, never will. And who cares? I mean, Xbox Live was around still with the original Xbox. That's where it first became a thing. And yeah, 360, it made it good. People with Call of Duty, they decided to gravitate more to the 360 stuff. But overall, that console was just not even close. And PS3 ended up outselling it anyway. So
I would play the original Xbox before the 360. I think there's more available there to you that's worth playing.
There's not. It's still a bunch of garbage.
You're right, but there's still, like, I would say there's more. Less.
There could be.
Like, there's still a lot of, like, mostly garbage, you're right. But, again, they had more exclusives than...
Better library. How?
Can you name a few? I think you got Lost Odyssey.
Better library? Online, I get that. Better UI, yeah, I get that. You didn't have as much functionality with it, but better look, no.
I'm gonna flip the question around.
All right.
What do you think would look best? What's the collection based?
What looks best to me?
Yeah. What's a pretty thing to look at on a shelf, and you're just, wow, that gets my dick hard.
I would love to see just a full Genesis library.
Figured you'd.
Or a Sega CD library. Not that it is valuable or anything, but I would love to see that. The Super Nintendo, it's just a lot of black, which looks fine and everything. But for some reason, I've always liked the Genesis stuff, and that's just... even though there's better games on the Super Nintendo than the Genesis, I just love the way the Genesis displays and just the way the boxes are. I just think they look cool.
That's fair. I like the Super Nintendo's boxes, but you're right, they are very black. I love my N64. Their boxes are always colorful and nice. A lot of red going on that one.
Yeah.
Based on a regular opinion, I bet most people won't agree with me on this, but I love the idea of how a full PlayStation 1 collection looks. Those flimsy, clear cases, right? I love those things.
See, I like the long boxes, the original ones, but the
Right.
jewel cases, I don't think that displays well.
Exactly. That's why I said you wouldn't agree with me, but I like it. I love it.
Really,
It's that vintage CD feel that it has. I just love seeing that on a shelf. My favorite area in the shop is your PlayStation 1 thing.
Yeah, I think that thing's ugly.
It is. You're right, but I like it. I like it.
I like it, eh?
Objectively.
And I hated how some games they would just have the one disc, but they were given the double disc.
That I don't like.
case.
I don't like the double disc case.
I don't understand that. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, objectively, they're not good looking, but I love that vintage CD feel. I think that's awesome.
And by PS1, yeah, you can call it PSX depending where you're from, but every PSX game plays on a PS1. See, like PSX was this weird Japanese thing.
Yeah.
If you've ever, I've been wanting to get one here in the shop actually because it's actually really cool. It's a PlayStation 1 with a built-in hard drive that you can save shit to the hard drive and use as a DVR on your TV and stuff like that, and it's super cool that way. But we never got that here, so it's the PSX never came out here in North America.
It's a shame. Half Sourdough, welcome to the stream. He actually agrees with me. I'm impressed. I know, it's just a vintage feel. I think it's nice. Things I don't like, I think a complete Wii collection, like I said, looks like shit. I think a PS3 collection looks okay. Like it's fine. 360, I do not like how that looks.
Nope, it looks super ugly.
If you go to the 5th generation consoles, Xbox, it's fine. I wouldn't care, but yeah. PS2 is kind of neat, but I think the GameCube looks the best out of all of them. That might just be because.
Well, for me, that PS2, Xbox, GameCube, they all look the same to me.
They're very similar. They all went with the similar.
You're not going to notice the difference aside from the ugly yellow.
Yeah.
Of the GameCube, you're not going to notice the difference.
For sure. Wii U, just like the Wii, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What if you get into the more obscure things? If you were going to collect for an obscure console, like I'm talking, you're going to have a TurboGrafx collection or a Panasonic 3DO collection, Atari Lynx collection, something like that. A Wonder Swan. What would you want to do then?
I'd go Atari 2600.
2600.
Not that it's that obscure, but I just love the watercolor art and that just the way it looks. Like so much effort went into the artwork and it looks so good. But Captain Retro says there's a 2 million difference in 360 to PS3 versus the PS2 kicking the crap out of everybody, which makes sense. But the reason Xbox is around today is the 360. Yeah, like they're still around and they're still selling well, but they're in a lot of trouble still. They're not even close to the PS4 sales in this generation.
Even the Switch is.
They're in a lot of trouble. Switch is they're gonna approach that Xbox One number real fast, and that's kind of gonna be a problem. But yeah, the biggest thing going for them is the online. The PlayStation Network is garbage. It was down today for like 8 hours.
I don't know why they can't just get that right.
It doesn't make sense to me. They have all the money in the world and they just can't get it done. It's really weird.
You're not wrong. The Atari 2600, huh? That's what you would go with? I like the look of. I would never play them because it's a hassle to play games on this. I like how big box PC games look. I think they're sweet. You would get them.
You think, eh?
Yeah, I really like it. They're big boxes, and the art on them is neat. Like nobody, unless you are a hard collector, collects for these, and they're a bitch to play. But I like how they look.
Yeah, and a lot of times you gotta emulate your Windows. You gotta have your Windows XP.
Yeah.
You gotta have your Windows 98.
To play a lot of them is hard.
Just to get these things to work, which is why we have about 200 over there that are just sitting there.
Yeah, well, you can't play them like. It's not like a console game. Like these are a bitch to actually.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna get them to run.
No.
If I could sell every single thing in there for $2 a piece, man, I would take that. Even $1 a piece, even 50 cents.
If somebody came in and said, "I'll give you $50 for the lot,"
oh, I would think hard about that one.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, I really would.
Well, I'll give you $50 for the lot.
Take it.
Yeah. Right now.
Done.
$50.
You got $50 on you?
$50 for the lot.
$50.
Okay. I want to see what you have first.
No, it doesn't matter. You already agreed to it.
Well, I didn't agree.
Yeah, you did.
A verbal contract is legally binding in Manitoba.
That's correct.
Not technically.
It is.
Show me the rule.
We'll find it for you. It's an old one, but it's still there.
Right.
And this is documented with 9 witnesses.
Okay, fantastic.
What are you gonna do about it?
Fantastic. Well, then I owe you $50.
I'll take this to court.
And you owe me. I bet you will. For $50.
I will. Small claims.
It's like Judge Judy.
Small claims.
Suing my mom for
Captain
$50.
Retro's hated his Xbox One since day one.
If
I wouldn't, yeah.
Me and Damien were actually talking about that at work. It's a Netflix machine. Like, you can watch things in 4K. Go for it. You can, that's always how I've seen the Xbox. It's an awesome media station. Like, it's good for media. Games, I don't know what I'd want to play on the Xbox over a PlayStation console. That's just kind of how it is with me. The controller's nicer, which is great, but games, man, if they all feel better on a PlayStation. That's just kind of how it is. And even now, there's some stuff I'd rather play on the Switch. I think indie games are awesome on the Switch. That's a good market for it.
Yeah, when the hardware doesn't matter, then it's cool to have it on the Switch because it's completely portable.
Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing, like, portability means nothing to me. I really don't care for it.
Just those simple, like Binding of Isaac on Shovel Knight.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, that's cool and everything, but I don't know. I'd rather play that on my Vita than on a Switch for some reason.
Fair enough. Vita is smaller. The Vita is more portable than a Switch, so that's probably why. Anything on Xbox is available? Yeah, we always talk about that. That's the big killer to Xbox. The fact that everything you can get on it is available on PC.
Yeah, it's a ballsy move, but I mean, as far as Microsoft goes, as long as Microsoft is making money, then the gaming aspect doesn't really matter. But even still, the Xbox One is, I mean, I don't know now anymore, but before it was outselling the 360 in the same time span. Yeah. So it was still selling well, which is surprising. Which, like, everybody thought this generation that the console was going to be dead soon, that nobody was going to go buy another console. There's so much talk about it, so much discussion about is console gaming dead, and now it's alive and better than ever. PS4 is selling like crazy. Switch is selling like crazy. Even Xbox One is selling very, very well. So console gaming is alive and well, and there's no stopping it. Really, it's
the biggest problem is
great.
People like the idea of a console. A PC can be more powerful, sure, but one, that's more money. Like, it's expensive to get a PC more powerful than a console. And then on top of that, it's still a PC, right? People like the feel of, okay, this is my box that I turn on to play put my disc in, and people like that. So
yeah,
I don't think console gaming will ever really die. I think it's found its place and it'll be around.
So Captain Retro said the 360 got him back into gaming after taking a long break, which is kind of funny because that's the generation that I took a long break. The end of the GameCube PS2 era to the end of the 360 PS3 era, I basically played nothing. There was probably 2 or 3 games I played during that whole time, and I really didn't care for new gaming. I was just playing the old stuff. I only cared about the old stuff. And then I met a buddy of mine. Well, I met a guy. We became friends and stuff, and he was all about the PS4 and the new PS3 shit and all that stuff. And then we just went to the PS4 launch, and hey, now we're buying a PS4. And man, that just sucked me right back in. And it was just, okay, we're playing PS4 games. We're doing the new game thing all over again. And it just sucked me in, and then it kind of kickstarted everything, and now we're here.
You have played so many games in the past since you opened the shop. Because before that, yeah, you said you weren't playing anything. Like, for that 360 era, you had one.
I played, man, like 5 games. I think BioShock, Fallout 3, Lost Odyssey, and then some NHL games, but they're all the same. That's basically all I played on that thing.
That's crazy. Because I know you as the guy who plays video games, so it's just weird.
No, there was a good 4 to 5 years where I didn't play anything but old stuff.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We're talking about game collecting, and I still that's kind of where it ends. An obscure console. Did I say one that I said PC games, I guess.
Kai's gonna offer me $50.
Oh, we're gonna do this transaction. Don't worry, it's happening.
Well, I don't know. He's offering me 50. We'll see. If
I already offered you 50.
We'll see if
he has to up
raises
the
it.
bid. You can't just give. You can't match the bid. Come on.
Yeah, he's got to raise it. 50's not enough, man. Get out of here.
We do a bidding war in the chat. 50, 55, going once, going twice.
Yeah, we'll see how she goes.
Yeah. So moving forward, what other of our many topics would you like to tackle here?
We can go with, when is Brandon buying a PS4?
All right. So I want a PS4, and I've made that clear. I think there's enough there for me to play. And I could get it for, you get one for $200 right now. Like, that's kind of used, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be around.
That'd be the cheapest end of it, but yeah. I don't know. I just don't have $200 to throw out the window. Like, that's kind of just how it is.
Are we saving for the Xbox One One Xbox?
One Xbox X Elite Pro X box. When does it end?
All right.
No, yeah, I do want a PS4. My thing with console, the Switch is the first time I have bought a console even remotely when it was relevant. I got my 64 when the GameCube came out. I got my GameCube when the Wii was halfway through its life. I got my Wii when, like, a year before the PS4 came out.
Wow.
And then I got my Switch day one. I got my Switch day one.
You did.
Which is the first time I've ever done that. This is the first time I've ever had.
It's a cool feeling, eh?
It is. I got my 360 here at your shop. PS4 been out for years already. Like that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I bought mine here. You don't remember? You don't?
No, I don't.
That's how I bought it to play Fable 2. And then I
Okay.
started playing it here. I had my monitor set up over there.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm always late to the party with consoles. And it never really mattered to me. I've never really found it a big deal. Because I like the older stuff. I like that weird 5th generation games where everything's not quite right yet.
Yeah.
It's just my thing. So now that I have a Switch and I'm experiencing relevant games for the first time, like playing Mario Odyssey while everybody else is playing Mario Odyssey, that was different. Playing Breath of the Wild while other people are playing Breath of the Wild,
It's kind of nice.
It was new for me, yeah, and I like it. I like being in the loop, and it's the first time. I'm a little late to the PS4, obviously, because like PS5 will be coming out soon. Like that's only a couple years away.
That blows my mind because I don't feel that a jump in technology is needed to go to a PS5 or an Xbox 2 or an Xbox 720 or whatever the hell you're gonna call it.
Yeah.
But
they call it the Xbox 2.
Man, I don't know what they're gonna call this thing, man. Their names are just so confusing.
I want to meet their marketing
It just really
team.
is. When I have people calling me, hey, you have an Xbox One there? Like, are you talking Xbox One or Xbox Original? The Xbox. You have the Xbox there? What do you mean? Same with the Super Nintendo Classic. They're like, hey, do you have the old Super Nintendo? Yeah. The one that comes preloaded with games? Like, no. Like, what do you mean? I'm confused.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? It just gets confusing. So, at least with PlayStation, you've got, PS1 through 4. That's just what it is.
They were consistent.
And it's boring, sure, and unoriginal, but hey, it works.
Okay, so out of all of them, like, you have Xbox, which makes no sense. We go Xbox 360, then Xbox One, then Xbox One X, then Xbox One X, One Xbox. They're the worst. PlayStation, they're the most logical. PS1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I don't like that it's boring. I like how Nintendo does it. They have their own name.
I don't like how they do it.
I do like how they do it. You have the Switch.
I feel like...
You have the GameCube, you have the Wii, you have the Wii U.
GameCube sounds stupid.
It's a cube that plays games.
It sounds stupid. Wii sounds even more stupid.
Wii is dumb.
Wii U,
Worse.
probably worse than the Wii, actually.
I think it's worse.
And even Switch is kind of dumb. There should have been a lot more better options available than.
I like Switch.
Nah.
I think it works. I liked...
It still doesn't, I don't know. It still doesn't work.
Every Nintendo console has its own identity. That's what I'm saying. Like, you say the word PlayStation, that kind of lumps them all together. You say Nintendo, then you think of the NES. You think of Super Nintendo, you think of Super Nintendo. You think of N64, they all have their own identity.
See, that makes sense, but GameCube, I still don't like it.
I don't know. Is GameCube any real different than PlayStation? Like, it's kind of the same shtick.
GameCube was in a funny position where the code name for that thing was even worse than the original name.
The Dolphin.
The Dolphin. Yeah. What does that even mean? At least with the Wii, we had Revolution to hang on to for about 2.5 years before when we're changing it now. Instead of the Revolution, it's the Wii.
So I think here you like that I have to say this. I like how Nintendo does it. I don't mind their names, but I think Sega did it even better. I liked their names. Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast. I think they had cooler words, and they all again.
Sega CD.
Okay, that one was dumb. Sega CD and the Master System. I don't like those names, but
I don't know.
I like the other ones. Genesis, Saturn. Again, it's an identity. It's not.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter in the end, but I don't know. Switch, yeah, whatever. It's fine. It works, but
right.
The funny thing is, I still call Mario Odyssey Mario Galaxy when I talk about it, which I find really stupid.
Are you paying attention to the bidding war?
Man, I'm trying to, but at $67.
And ranch.
And ranch, yeah.
And a pickle spear.
Yeah.
And whatever else you might want.
Honestly, there's probably close to 200 PC games there.
Oh, now you're like, well, maybe I don't actually want to. So.
Well, I'm just letting them know that there's about 200 games there. So we'll see what happens with that.
Okay, moving forward. I want to talk about soundtracks. Let's talk about some of your favorite video game soundtracks, man. What do you got? Right. I know you love Persona 5. We can just throw that right out there.
Yeah, as far as recent ones, Persona 5 and Nier Automata were just top notch. Persona 5 taking the edge for me, 100%. But both of them, great, fantastic games. When you get a PS4, you have to play both of them. They're must plays. They're probably the only two games on my PS4 that I have not just put out for sale as soon as I've been done with them. Usually what I do is I buy them, I play them, I put them out for sale.
Yeah.
Persona 5's not going anywhere.
Sometimes you buy them, intend to play them, but then sell them anyway.
Yeah, that happens too. Persona is not going anywhere, Nier's not going anywhere. Yeah, funny story. Me and Get Crow Gaming today, for some reason. Oh yeah, we were talking about old music that we used to listen to. He was saying that he thinks he's dumb because while he's out working, he always listens to old video game soundtracks like Final Fantasy,
nice.
Super Nintendo stuff, and that's kind of funny. And we were just saying, like, if people knew that that's what we were listening to as grown-ass men, it's just kind of funny. And then I went even further and I told them, man, back in the day when I would have been in grade 8, grade 9 probably, you couldn't just download soundtracks.
Yeah, no.
So what I did is I would emulate the game and then record audio through the emulator.
Yeah, like you'd use
and
like
then
a
I would
program.
get an MP3 file and I would put that on a USB stick. I'd bring it home and I would burn it onto a disc, and then I could listen to it. So I did that with like Blades of Steel and Streets of Rage. And
that's a lengthy process.
Chip and Dale. It was a lot, but man, that's what else are you gonna do at school?
You're right.
When you got computer time,
it's not just on YouTube anymore.
That's just what you're gonna do. Yeah, the YouTube wasn't a thing yet. Like,
wait, E-Bombs World.
We had E-Bombs World, but that still didn't have near what YouTube did.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that you can't just download songs like that. I like how you would open the emulator, you'd play the song, and sometimes like audio would glitch in emulators too. Like
every now and then, yeah. For the most part, it was good.
Plus, it's an endless version of it. Like it's not going to end because you're in the game, so you're just going to choose when to stop.
Yeah, it got weird, but you could just make the Blades of Steel file, and you could get all like 5 songs in there right away, and that made it a lot easier.
Yeah,
but that's a long process that nobody has to worry about anymore. But back in my day, that's just what you had to do.
Well, we could. I'm pretty sure I can't find the Game Wave OST for Click on YouTube.
I don't think there's an emulator for that.
I really doubt it. If there's a Game Wave emulator, I will be down.
There's not even an Xbox emulator that works very well.
Which is surprising. which is surprising because you have a perfect, damn near perfect GameCube Wii emulator.
Yep.
They can't even nail N64. There's some of them that don't work right.
I'm still surprised by that, to be honest. But
Same.
but PS2 wise, that's almost perfect. That they can almost do everything with that, and nobody cares about the Xbox, man. It just nobody cares.
I'm waiting. At some point, that console has to find its popularity. There was a time where nobody was collecting for the Dreamcast, right? Like it's every console I feel like sees its day for collecting. The PS1 used to be worth shit. Nobody cared about the PS1. Now, it's a lot harder to collect for.
Yeah.
They come and they go, and sometimes they just come.
I think the problem is, for the most part, I mean, we're getting off track of your soundtracks.
That's fine. Who cares? We got a bunch of topics to bust through anyway.
Okay, well, we'll go with the Xbox thing then. There's just the games on that thing. It's a bunch of third-person adventure shooter games, and that's just what it is. There's almost no RPGs, and that's what really carries a console collectability-wise. People, as soon as you start collecting for a console, 9 out of 10 people are doing it for the RPGs.
Fair enough, yeah.
And there's just not that many on the original Xbox. You have Fable, which is a good one.
Great one.
You have Star Wars, which, I mean, Star Wars is amazing. How can you not like Star Wars?
People really like that Old Republic game a lot.
It's Star Wars. You can't go wrong with Star Wars.
I know, you're a fan.
Yeah.
You're a big fan. Purple Dragon looking guy?
We need a RPG with him as the main character. Dude.
I think, right. I think PS1 and PS2 were good. Yeah, I think they're great consoles. And again, like the PS1, you could collect for that thing really easily back like a few years ago. And now games are running you.
Even PS2, there's only about like 10% of the games worth collecting.
Sure.
And the rest of it is worth nothing.
It's a huge library. Like it's massive.
It's too big. It really is too big.
You're right. Like they carried that console on a long time. Collecting a full North American collection for that would be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's like a Wii type thing.
Damien's asking, how could I not like Star Wars?
You've never seen it! Ever! Not once!
I've seen a few trailers. I've seen Toy Story 2.
You've seen Toy Story 2.
That's about. I said I liked it. What more do you want? I said
don't watch it.
I said it was probably good.
Just watch the damn movie.
I just don't know if it's that good.
There's
too many, and I'm confused.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8.
There's this movie and that movie, and then we got the live long prosper guys. And
that's
however they work into it. No, that guy I know is something else.
I bet
He's
you do.
The Star Trek guy.
There you go.
Yeah, Star Trek. Which is better, by the way?
You don't know that.
I'm asking. No, which one is better? I was asking.
Star Wars, by far.
Star Wars is by far better?
By far.
By far.
Somebody's going to disagree with me, but Star Wars is better.
By far. Would you consider yourself a Trekkie?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
I don't give a hot minute for
really, eh?
For Star Trek.
Also, neither do I.
I know. We've made that abundantly clear. Abundantly clear.
Man, if somebody, you know what? We're gonna launch a Patreon tonight.
Oh my god!
And if we hit $36, I will go home and I will watch all of the Star Wars stuff.
I will give you $36 right now.
I don't think you got it on you.
I'll pay it debit.
Do you have $36
pay
on you?
Via debit.
Do you got the cash?
I will pay it debit.
We run on cash here.
I will go to the bank.
We don't do any
I will give you $36.
Stuff. I don't think you got 36.
I'll throw your PayPal.
I'm just saying.
In the chat. Someone's giving you $36. Kai will do it.
Man, no, it can't be you or Kai. That's the only stipulation here.
Then I'm gonna get Damien to do it and pay him back later.
That doesn't count.
There's loopholes here.
That's a little bit of collusion. I think you guys could go to jail for that. And I don't know if he wants to sacrifice his Rocco's Pizza.
Good luck taking that. Good luck taking that to court.
I would.
They conspired against me, so I had to watch Star Wars. I'm suing them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Soundtracks though.
Well, how long are how many movies?
There's well.
Whoa, hold on.
Well, there's 8.
8?
And then there's the one spin-off movie now. But they're making another spin-off.
The one spin-off. So 9? There's 9 out?
Yes.
How long are they?
An hour and a half, 2 hours each. Hour and a half. Yeah. Hour 45 minutes, something like that.
Okay. So in quick math.
It'd be
I probably wouldn't be able to watch them all tonight.
No, absolutely not. You could watch the full original trilogy tonight if you wanted to, which you don't want to. So,
because the original ones suck.
By the way, back to that console thing, the DS. I do not want a full DS collection. That would not look very nice.
That would be worse than the Wii.
Yeah.
And the 360.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a DS collection.
That'd probably be the worst.
Yeah.
Because for me, like I said, why are we getting back into that?
I'm just saying. I saw the words DS and I wanted to.
That's stupid. Okay, moving on.
At least we agreed on one. Yeah.
It's a frightening thought.
A weird DS collection.
DS
That's a
collection.
lot of games.
It's just one day I walk in here and the walls are all just framed up with DS games. I would probably cry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be that happy.
No, I wouldn't even be.
I wouldn't be happy.
I know there are good games in the damn thing, but I don't.
There's probably two.
I'd emulate them before playing them. Okay, anyway, soundtracks. That's what we're talking about here.
That's what we were.
You introduced me. I've never even played the game, but that we use it. It's become kind of the anthem for the podcast. Battletoads, Double da da da.
Battletoads, Double Dragon, Super Nintendo.
Specifically that version. Genesis
Because
version.
if you listen to the Genesis version or that NES version,
Yeah.
that is very, very different. And very, very not as good.
It's the same beat, but it's not done.
No.
Right.
That Sony chip on the Super Nintendo was fantastic.
Absolutely. That song is huge. I have no childhood with it, but it's become like...
Yeah, I had
Two
a similar
songs are-
thing to it too, except when I was in grade 7, I think it was. Then I went to a buddy's house and he's like, "Hey, you ever play this game?" Like, no. He's like, "Borrow it." Okay, I took it home, started playing, and that music. As soon as I heard that music, I'm like, "Okay, this is a good time. This is gonna be good."
Just because of the tunes?
And I tried playing that. It was so hard. I was hoping I would bring it home that night and I would beat it, and then I would give it back to him the next day and be like, "Yeah, it was a good game. I played it till the end. Yeah, whatever." And I got past like the second or third level or something.
I hear it's tough.
And then the next day, my buddy's like, "Say, so how'd Battletoads go?" "The music's awesome. Didn't quite beat it though." So, well, of course he didn't.
Just expected
Because
you.
he knew that it was a hard game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, I made it to the level 3. So it counts for something."
I can say I made it to level 5 in The Lion King. I'm proud of myself for that.
That ain't bad.
I'm proud. That's a hard game. It's tough.
Ain't as hard as Battletoads.
I just can't wait to be king permanently ingrained in my mind. They play that in level 2, and I was on level 2 for hours. Like, it's not even that hard of a level, but I suck.
It's a good song, at least.
Well, I just can't wait. Oh, we copyrighted. Damn it. Yeah. It gets to you after a while.
Oh, I believe it.
Just on record. Damien's playing my favorite N64 game right now, Donkey Kong 64. Loving it too. For the first, like, he's happy he's playing it. I'm so feel like a proud son.
I feel even more proud because I sold him the expansion pack
That's right.
to give him. I birthed him into this experience.
That was the first time you guys talked knowing that you were each other.
That's true.
That's just so funny.
That's also true.
That's just so funny.
Aside from that time, I called Rocco's and ordered a pizza, and he just started swearing at me, and it got all weird, and that was just weird.
Of course,
But
service with a swear. I love all of Rare's soundtracks. I assume Grant Kirkhope did the soundtrack.
he was part of it. Yep.
Yeah. Anything that guy puts together is good. I just love it. They're not like I'm super into like electric guitarists and rock music. They're not that at all. They're quirky, like instrumental pieces.
Yeah, Grant Kirkhope has his own style, and it works for games. I wouldn't listen to this music outside of their games. It's such a... You know how Breath of the Wild, it's a very atmospheric soundtrack?
Yeah.
The Rare games did a better job of that.
It's
than what Breath of the
atmospheric, but it's also...
But it's better.
But it's not the same kind of atmosphere.
It's better.
They're a huge focus of the games. When in Breath of the Wild, it's not supposed to be something you pay attention to. It's just kind of there. You're right. Like, I wouldn't call Persona 5 atmospheric by any means. That is in your face, and it's supposed to be the highlight of the... Like, that's what gets you pumping.
That's a game everybody should play.
And then Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, that conquers. Yeah, it's atmospheric. And Rayman does a similar thing. The Rayman games,
Yeah.
they do a very similar kind of soundtrack. Where, yeah, it is atmospheric, but it's constant. and it's in your face enough to be a part of the focus. I think I worded that the way I wanted to. Half Sour Dill saying he thought Paper Mario was my favorite N64 game. The Thousand Year Door is my favorite GameCube game, and the franchise is my favorite Nintendo franchise. But on the N64 specifically, DK64 is my favorite. I love that game.
That sounded like you farted.
Oh, can I not recreate it now? Of course not.
That just sounded like it. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I guess I farted then.
Did you?
Maybe.
I think you did.
Maybe. Did I?
I don't know. I still can't tell.
All right.
Streets of Rage 1, 2. You have to play that soundtrack-wise. It's amazing. Golden Axe, also amazing. If we're going original NES, Castlevania, man. That's a...
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. That first game... It's weird. I have no nostalgia for that game. Me and Get Crow Gaming played that thing for the first time a few months ago or a year ago, whatever it was. And it blew my mind. It's still... That music is stuck in my head. I'll never forget it. I love that game. I thought about booting it up today, actually, but I realized that cartridge is still garbage.
Yeah, you don't have the proper one.
That's just whatever. That's stupid.
You guys stopped. You were going to marathon through the whole series, and you guys haven't picked it up.
We've done the first 2. We got to finish 3, but it went missing somehow.
It went missing.
Yeah.
Like all my DS games?
Yeah, actually. I have no idea where Castlevania 3 went. I have no idea.
That's a bummer. It's a hard bummer. I don't know, what else do I enjoy? There's actually a song. I've never even played the games, but there's an acoustic track in Ty the Tasmanian Tiger that whenever I'm working on something video related, I just play it in the background because it's just really chill. It's like, Dire Dire Docks from Mario 64. Yep. There's that acoustic version I play in here a lot. Every now and again, I'll put that on. It sounds like that. And I love that acoustic video game sound. It's just super nice. It's an atmospheric piece, and I really like it.
I thought you were saying Tasmanian Devil.
That is a game.
And that game soundtrack is terrible.
Is it?
It is terrible, especially on the Game Gear. It's probably the worst soundtrack of all time. It just sounds like just the worst noise you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah?
It's terrible. I'll show it to you after this. It is just terrible.
Is the game good? I've heard it's okay.
On the Game Gear, it is garbage.
On the Game Gear. Oh, the Game Gear.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You'll get...
I'm talking like the Genesis.
5 to 20 seconds in, and you'll turn that... You'll either run out of battery life, or you'll quit. So it's one of the two.
Right. Okay, fair enough. I just had one in my head. I really like the Sonic Riders soundtrack and Extreme G. Fast-paced racing games, I generally like the soundtrack. Extreme G has this, like, bassy... electronic-y guitar sounding thing, and I love it.
So electric guitar?
No, it's not. It's a synth, but it's hard to explain. But it's really good. You showed me a song earlier. What was that even? I commented that it sounded like it would be in a Extreme G kind of game. It was like right before the podcast.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay. Either way, it was for a TV show.
Oh, Third Watch, the Third Watch theme.
Yeah, that.
Nobody knows what that movie is though.
No, I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I love that style of song. Sonic Riders did it. F-Zero does it. Extreme G did it best, in my opinion. I love it. I'll listen to those every now and again. And I have to bring it up just because Zelda has such a good soundtrack every time. Except for Breath of the Wild. That was the time they kind of dropped the ball.
They really did.
But every other game I played...
Zelda 2 for the win.
Yeah? You should play it again. I want to know if you like it as much as you did the first time.
It's the best Zelda game ever made.
I'm still calling it Breath of the Wild 2, whatever they're going to call it, is going to play like that game.
And that will become the best Zelda game of all time.
It'll be a leveled up RPG experience, new moves kind of thing. I'm calling it.
Bonus round experience zone.
Calling it. Oh, so our bet's still going. $50 that Mario is not going to be on the PS5.
Yeah.
I'm ready to... You can just give it to me now.
I really underestimated this whole Switch thing.
Yeah, you did.
I think everybody did.
I want to go back.
Man, we gotta talk about that new thing, Nintendo Labo. Did you see
right! The Labo!
That thing... Man, their stock went up $1.4 billion the day after announcing that thing. And basically, I tried watching it, but I fell asleep because I was too bored.
Okay, before we even get into this, they did advertise that this announcement was for kids. They made it very clear
for kids at heart
that this is for kids. Labo, if you don't know what this is, it's Nintendo's newest endeavor. They released it like a few days ago. It's cardboard. You buy the kit, and you make something out of it. Sometimes it's a backpack, sometimes it's a piano. There's different kits, and then you can attach your Switch to it. And this cardboard 3D model that you've bought, once it's complete, it is an interactive toy to use with your Switch. Like, you make a piano, and the keys will work with that. That's what they showed.
It's weird.
It's very weird. And again, it is directed for kids. This is such a Nintendo thing to do. A completely random, out of left field thing that they just Labo. Cardboard. Here you go. I don't think it'll do very well. But okay. I do like that Nintendo isn't afraid to do risky things, but I feel like half the risky things they do
price point is there, it'll do well.
Sure.
They can't be charging more than $20 for this thing.
And they're not. Actually, they are. They're charging a lot.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, there's I think they're like $80 for one of the things.
Oof.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That's not gonna work.
It's really dumb. If I was a kid and I was looking at that, and putting myself in the mindset of me, I don't think I'd care.
Would you rather a game?
Exactly.
Or a cardboard?
If my mom's
what happens when this cardboard breaks?
I don't know.
What happens when your little sister pours her water on the cardboard?
I don't know.
Why can you not just use your own cardboard?
I don't know.
Sounds like a Nintendo idea then.
Yeah, it's weird. Nintendo loves to do that, just that completely out of left field idea that they throw in.
Well, I remember for the longest time too, and we haven't got any info from them really yet. They were pushing this whole health thing. Nintendo was introducing, they're gonna be introducing this huge health monitoring stuff, and it just nothing happened with it. Like, nothing happened. They had some secret meetings with all the primary investors and everything, and just nothing happened. I
never heard about that.
It just disappeared. Yeah, it was probably like 5 years ago, and just nothing happened, which was super weird. But that's what this reminds me of. I can't see this doing well, man. I feel like half the people buying this are gonna buy it, keep it sealed, never use it, never open it for collecting purposes, and that's what it is.
I think it's gonna be like one of those more complicated toys that kids buy. A kid buys. He gets it. He's excited. He opens it. His dad puts it together for him, and then he uses it once and then doesn't touch it again. And I think it's gonna be that. And I think it'll sell, but it's not gonna sell like, wow, this was a great idea. Like, it's just a cardboard toy. I don't understand it. I completely forgot. I completely disregarded that from my mind because I thought it was random.
It's a non-issue for me. I ain't gonna touch it. I ain't gonna play it. I ain't gonna buy it. I ain't gonna do anything with it.
It doesn't interfere with anything. So whatever. Do what you want. Go ahead. It's an accessory that's completely optional to buy. It doesn't change their games. You don't need it to play your games. It's just an extra side thing. So all right, go Nintendo.
You do your thing.
But what would have been cooler, I think, is a virtual console.
No, we don't need that. Don't need it. It's not that needed. These games all came out already once.
We need it.
Twice.
Anyway, I think we're going to wind down. I'm going to wind down.
Winding down.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to First Strike. Fun fact about today's episode. We came into this. Can I say it?
No.
Come on, let's say it.
No.
Come on. Please.
Okay, go ahead.
We had nothing planned for this episode. We had no idea what we were doing going. We were laughing at the start of this because we thought we were just going to quietly sit here for about an hour. And we actually managed to pull through. This was completely wung.
Yeah, we had some stuff.
We wanged it. We winged it. We winged it. Winged?
We did.
What's the plural to? What's the past tense of winging
Wanged it.
We wanged it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be live again next week, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you for tuning in Tuesday. Tune in, and thank you for coming out. We'll see you guys then. Have a fantastic week, and I'll play some games. Do yourself the favor.
Fortnite.
Winding down. Wrapping up.
Or wrapping down.
Whatever your preference is.